coming this evening. This is wonderful. My name's Barbie Hayes. I'm the biologist who owns the gallery. Megan Thomas, who is actually the artist who runs the gallery. We would have no gallery without Megan. So yes, let's all clap for Megan. And on opening nights, we have E, the wine pourer. Yes, good job, E. Okay. So tonight is the opening of Mask. This artwork is so incredible. And all of the artists that are here tonight, it's amazing to see when Megan and I throw out, here's a theme, and how it's interpreted. So I just greatly love all of it. So before we start, we'll clap to all the artists. More than one artist this evening. The way we do groups is we have a hot rock, what I call a hot rock, and I start with one artist. The artist gets 2 minutes to talk about their artwork, themselves, what they did last night, whatever they want to talk about for 2 minutes. And then 2 minutes is up and I go pass it, and then you got to pass the hot rock to the next artist. So is everyone game? And then, of course, the artists are scattered all right. So I'd like to start this evening with Janet.
Hi, everyone.
Janet, here's your hot rock. I had to take my shoes off to stand on them. Where'd Janet go?
I'm right here.
Janet, you start us off, please.
Thank you. I'm Janet Vadon, and my piece is over here. It's a tree in the winter, and I don't know about you guys, but I love winter paintings, and I've only been painting for 6 years, so it has helped me just seeing when I was thinking about the theme of mask, the unmasked trees, seeing what the real form and shape of the trees are, and I think it's also a little bit like us. You know, we are all masked up here tonight with our cute clothes and makeup and fluffed up hair, and so I just think we need to be more unmasked with each other. And I want to thank Barbie and Megan for helping me walk in the door and be unmasked. And
we love you, darling.
at a moment burst into tears, and
We
they
did.
loved me, and here we are. So I think my minute is up, and I'm going to dismiss. Here we go.
I'm Linda Hatfield. I'm the big goofy eyed mask up there. There's not much to say about it, but my process is a little different. I use wood burning and acrylic. So I wood burn the lines in, some of them, and paint for a while and burn some more. It usually ends up about 4 layers of paint. I wood burn on top of the paint on top of the wood burn, and when there's no more room, I'm done. This was particularly appealing to me because I've done a couple of series of masks in the past, so it was fun to revisit that. Usually I work like an illustrator. I start with a title and I illustrate it. I did commercial illustration, so that's how I work in art. So this is just sort of a break to just do something for the fun of it, and it was fun.
And so when you wood burn, do you ever start little fires?
No, but I can tell you that hair and fingernails both burn, and hair burns faster.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
My words of wisdom.
Well, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Thank you. Next artist.
You're up.
Hi, my name is Snyder. I'm a photographer. My piece is over here on the wall, like the psychedelic, trippy, colorful photograph, and that's achieved by a process with 35mm photography where you put it in boiling water with assorted household chemicals like baking soda or dish soap or laundry soap, and it does these like super trippy effects. And this one, I have it in here, but I'm a teacher by day, and teaching just really is hard right now, and so I like to photograph these abandoned schools, like in the middle of nowhere. This one's somewhere in the sandhills, and so there is a school there, but it's obscured by the bright, toxic positivity, almost. The colors, like teachers have to, hi, we're here, let's learn, let's do this. But behind that mask, like things are literally disintegrating and crumbling.
Preach.
So, yeah. So, For the longest time, I was an art teacher that didn't have an art until I discovered photography in 2012, and it's just, I started with digital, and now I do film and Polaroid, and don't tell my husband that I have like 12 cameras and how much it costs to develop a roll of film, because he wouldn't be happy.
So you said you're a teacher by day?
Yes.
What are you by night?
Well, depends on when you ask me that question. So I'm a mom and a wife and a daughter and a dog mom and
Cool.
yeah. So
Dog mom, where'd Janet go? Is Janet still a dog mom? Janet also is.
oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I talked without crying, so yay.
Yeah, so Janet lost hers yesterday, so group love to you,
Yes.
Janet.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you. Who's the next artist?
Hi, my name is Kim Zock, and I never thought of myself as an artist until just a few years ago. I was an English teacher for 40 years, and I mostly thought I wasn't an artist because I couldn't draw. And when I was in elementary school, I really envied this girl who sat next to me. She could draw beautiful horses and princesses, and I couldn't do that. So a few years ago when I was teaching a Holocaust unit, a subject that's very dear to me, it's important that we teach our students about that. I was searching for a way to do a test or a final project that didn't involve a test. So I had my students do art projects, and I got some wonderful things. And I thought, well, I better do what they can do. And so I just happened to stumble upon a book at the library on collage. So I thought, I can cut paper, I can't draw, but I can cut paper. And so I started doing that, really some bad collages, but that's okay, right? You know, we're learning. Every failure we have is a step forward. And just last year I started taking acrylic painting lessons. I wanted to learn to paint abstracts. And so what I've done now is combine painting with paper, and also I have a huge collection of metal things, washers, wires, whatever. And so my piece that I did for this, it's over there in the corner, incorporates all three of those.
It's down, it's that one.
And I felt
It's
this was an
wonderful.
opportunity. For some reason, this made me think of the Afghani women who wear masks every day.
Right.
And we're still hearing stories about how girls are being poisoned in schools. That was in the news. They don't want their women educated or to give them a voice. And just yesterday, I saw another news story about women being banned from beauty salons. And so that burqa is really a form of a mask that these women wear all the time. And so I feel like this was an opportunity to be a voice for them, but
Right.
they don't have one right now.
It's beautiful too. It's very stunning. Yeah, it's down. It's over here, everyone. Please, take the opportunity to look at it, and it speaks volumes. What you were just saying. Thank you, Nick. Okay, next artist.
I'm Leigh Calfee. The first thing I would say, a fun fact about me is that I almost failed art in 8th grade.
Me too.
Can't draw.
Sometimes.
My art teacher thought I should paint something and I was bad at it. So I am a high school English teacher in Nebraska City, currently posing as a 2nd grade summer school teacher in North Omaha. So I've been with tiny humans all day and I'm just
Tiny humans.
soul tired from it. They're amazing though. I'm a mom to grown boys, and I'm I wouldn't say a recent widow, but it's been about a year since my husband died. We were married. We just had just celebrated our 30th anniversary, so that's kind of a thing for me. And I'm an advocate for foster kids, a CASA, and serve on a foster care review board for Douglas County. And my photo is Mask Mailbox. So I don't even having an artist tag feels weird to me because I don't feel like an artist, having imposter syndrome sometimes. So my process is pretty simple. I hike around, I walk around, I drive around, and I just take pictures of what I see and things that interest me. Normally like snakes and bugs, snails stuck together by goo. And I was, this photo is actually from Hamburg, Iowa. I don't know if you've ever heard of that on the news. It's been flooded a lot. It was flooded, I don't know, it's been several years since the last big flood. This photo was taken in the more economically diverse part of Hamburg instead of the wealthier part that isn't prone to flooding, and called the South End, which some of my friends from Hamburg are here, so they know what that is. So I was just driving by. This is the abandoned property of a guy who was kind of a recluse growing up my whole life in Hamburg. And now his mailbox is hanging in a gallery with a bunch of kind of Game of Thrones vibe lines on it, which is why I liked it. And I kind of liked the hidden nature of the mailbox with the trippy, weird lines. So.
Well, thank you. I love that mailbox. Her mailbox is over in this next to the window here. And it speaks volumes. It could be what a lot of mailboxes will start to look like because the price of stamps have gone up. You know, but
Everything's digital these days.
it is. Who's the next artist? John.
I'm Jonathan Seevers. I painted this about.
Which one, Jonathan, so everyone can see?
That one.
Yeah, it's so amazing.
Painted about 2 years ago. Before then, I mostly did like abstract stuff, mostly inspired by futurism and cubism. But I randomly kind of fell in love with portraiture, and this is the first portrait I painted, and that's kind of all I've been doing since then. And this is my wife, my daughter. My daughter was born like right in the middle of the pandemic, so it's kind of.
And what's your daughter's name?
Winifred. It's
Wow,
kind of
what a cool name.
a funny juxtaposition between my first daughter and Winifred, because my first daughter, she was born in 2018, and it was a bright sunshiny day, and there was like some complications that I didn't know about until later on, but all these doctors and nurses rushed in when my first daughter Ida was born, and it's like, it just seemed like, you know, at the time I thought, oh, this is supposed to be normal, and loads of people in the room, but then when Winifred was born, it was just us and maybe one nurse and a doctor, or maybe 2 nurses, and it was so much quieter. And it's kind of funny how, you know, I don't know if this has anything, is actually effectual, but it kind of reflects in their personalities a little bit.
I was going to say, it probably does.
But yeah, I don't know why I fell in love with portraiture. At least at the time I didn't know why, but I think mainly, like, you can see, it's going to sound really cheesy, but you can see the beauty of the universe in each individual person, and like, I'm really interested in consciousness and what creates consciousness, like what is consciousness, and I think you can kind of see a glimpse of what consciousness is through a person's face and their features and their characteristics and things like that.
What's your wife's name? We already know Winifred's name.
Sarah.
Sarah, Winifred, Ida. So you're in an all-female house?
Oh yeah.
Oh, very good.
Lucky
Very
man.
good, very good. Well, thank you so much. Okay, next artist?
Hi,
Yeah.
my name is Nate. I took this picture right back here. It's a self-portrait that I took in 2021. I took it while I was working at Target, so like these plastic bags were like readily available a lot. I took it to kind of represent how I felt while working at Target, and just kind of like at Target.
Yeah.
Exactly. But it's tied with capitalism because I feel like that's a part of, 9-to-5s are capitalism right there. And then I think without having that face shown, it like can kind of be seen by all of you guys, maybe as like a reflection of what you guys are feeling sometimes. We're all tools of capitalism, and we're all targets of capitalism. So that's about it. Recently I've been kind of experimenting with my photography. I've been doing some like slow shutter speed landscape stuff. I have work up in Blackstone Mansion right now, if you guys are interested in seeing that. So.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. So, do you just do you still wear the Target stripes?
No, we actually rarely shop at Target. My girlfriend and I actually met there. one good thing came out of that.
Yeah. Well, see? There you go.
There's a purpose.
So, okay, well, thank you.
Right behind, right,
Yes.
Vincent?
All right.
Vincent.
Hello, my name is Vince Martin, and I use acrylic paints, and I'm really nervous right now. I was trying not to talk.
We can make you more nervous, can't we?
But my painting is Dolly, after Salvador Dali, and I lived in Spain for a little over 3 years.
Wait, go down to your painting.
That is
And I chose a gold frame. It's
Oh, that's right, Salvador. Yeah, Salvador Dali is so cool.
I don't ever use references when I paint. I just kind of go from my own imagination and everything because, I mean, I just feel like it's my interpretation.
So that's your imagination?
Yes.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah.
But, you know, very cool.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm Madison Tharnish. I did this piece right here, the digital drawing. I just graduated from UNO with my BFA in printmaking, so I'm kind of been surrounded by a lot of my own art lately. But I typically do imagery based on like my anxiety and the ways that I cope with it, and a lot of it's how like nature plays into those coping mechanisms. This one I did a different route just to kind of get me out of that and doing something different. So this one's just kind of those feelings of like masking those emotions, but then there's one person that's like peeking out because you know those emotions are still like a part of who you are, and you shouldn't try and like hide who you are. So that's
So you are a student at UNO currently?
I just graduated.
Oh,
Yeah.
good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. And so now you're starting your big career.
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to get into the swing of things.
Good. Yeah, so everyone in the back over there, make sure you go around and look at each of these pieces. I love your piece, Madison.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Next artist.
Alright, I'm Holly Tharnish. I did the graphite drawing over here. It was inspired by the Jack and Jill nursery rhyme. To me, Jack is such like a mischievous, rambunctious character. I knew I wanted to do more than just a crown, so I gave him a mask. And I looked at like vintage porcelain dolls as the style of his mask. And in the original version of the poem, the parents actually blamed Jill for him falling down, and so I gave her a little bouquet of dandelions as if she's going to apologize. So, yeah, that's that one.
Okay, so, and please look at the detail in this one. I know at first when Megan and I were looking at these and I saw that, I didn't understand the Jack and Jill reference, and then Megan goes, "It's Jack and Jill." You know? And I'm like, whoa! You know, so it's a really unusual, very, I mean, it just brings out emotions in you. It does when I look at this, you know, because Jack and Jill is like, whoa, look at that, look at the detail. Very cool. It is very cool. I love art that makes you feel things like that. Okay, next.
Hi, I'm Julie.
Hi, Julie.
My piece is right there, that mask, a literal mask.
I love that mask. You know I love that mask.
And it was just really convenient that I already had that mask.
Yes, I know. I
So,
just love that mask. So you
thank
people,
you.
you have to look at the detail of this mask.
It's called My Heartbeat with Gaia, and that really is true. I mean, I get my connection here on Earth through my art. I really love seeing it, my art, as a voice or a connection to my expanded consciousness, and it indirectly showed itself through my art that way, because I was looking at some pieces and thought, hey, that's like illustrative of my life. And so I was getting messages that way. So I like to look at it as channeling with my expanded self. And so my heart beats with Gaia is really to get through life these days for me. I mean, I feel like everyone is a part of nature, and we really have to acknowledge that bond that we have in order to keep our humanity and our sanity. So really, that's what it's all about to me. And there's some seeds and sea urchin spines that are surrounding it.
Yeah, the
seeds go up
materials
and
are very
down.
interesting that you made it from.
Yeah.
Right.
And on the third eye, it's a echinacea core, flower core, on top of that star. So
And
yeah, so that's my thing.
well, and I thank you for
Thank
having
you
it
for
here.
having a mask
I
show.
know, I do love that mask. Okay, next. Oh, Kathleen.
So this one is mine here. It's called Garden Goddess.
Self-portrait.
No, of my daughter.
There you go. I did not know it was of your
That's
daughter.
my daughter. A year ago, she's an adult. She runs her own gardening business. She has employees. She's been in business for 20 years. And last year, she self-diagnosed as ADHD, attention deficit disorder, clued in by something else that happened. And it's been quite the journey for her, explaining to me what life has felt like to her.
Right.
So the way I process is to paint, and I decided, oh, mask is coming. She told me that she uses a mask for every new situation in her life, you know? This one, you know? She just goes like that. So, she being a gardener, floral just kind of emerged. I let this be subconscious, by the way. And a subconscious thing happened. Would you hold that a second?
Whoa.
You see, I did two faces on purpose, but the subconscious thing that emerged is two more faces.
Whoa.
And when I sent her a picture, she was far away, I sent her a picture of this, her whole reaction was like, oh my God, Mom, you get it!
Oh.
So I couldn't have any higher compliment than that.
Oh, Kathleen, that's wonderful. Oh, yes, that's a clapper. That's a clapper. Oh. Thank you, Kathleen. I love that. Now everyone's going to have to stand on their head. Turn upside down.
I don't know how I'm going to follow that. I started crying during her. But I'm over here.
Okay. I did the piece Raindrops. My name is Heidvogel. I am. I'm so nervous.
Well, I love your raindrops. Keep talking about them.
Yeah, me too. I did a stay-at-home mom for a couple of years, and I was a teacher before that, and I'm used to talking in front of little kids, but I'm not used to talking in front of adults.
We can get on our knees.
And this is my first show ever, so I just...
Congratulations.
Yeah, we're really pleased to have you in our show. Yes, yes, yes.
I can't say more, sorry.
Okay, one thing I love about your raindrops is it's like when you look at them and you can, if you really focus on them, you can almost like hear them rain. So they're beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing with us.
Gratitude tears is what it is. I'm just so grateful to be an artist, to be expressing myself, to have communities that welcome your in. So thank you.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Okay, next artist.
Hey y'all, I'm Tang. I did the bloody face over there.
Oh yeah, you had 2 really interesting submittals.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I just like to paint things that are kind of disturbing.
I think
so
you
I
succeeded.
face.
No, I mean it's really good.
Thank
It is
you.
good.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah.
I don't have an emotional arc for my piece. I apologize.
No.
Here you go.
I'm Chris. Apologize for my daughter. She's a little chatty today. I did with the flower petals on the mask, I guess, right there, with the white mat. I work at the World Herald, and so I cover the gamut of everything, like everything that happens in this town. And I also teach at Creighton University, and that was just sort of a found piece. It was in the parking lot of my doctor's office, where I walked out and saw it, and I'm pretty sure I took that photo while on a phone call. And it was just one of those, I saw it, and I was like, oh, I've got it, and the light, it was early morning, and the light was hitting it just right. So it was one of those, often cover the same thing over and over, and you gotta find a new way of looking at things. But the pandemic is still new.
Yeah.
Even though it's old, I guess, I don't know, so it was one of those, I saw that, I just kind of, it made me, I don't know, some sort of metaphor for the pandemic, but I don't know exactly what.
So Chris, we see your World Herald photography and everything, but your other photography, the ones I've seen, like your infrared.
Oh yeah, that was something from
you've done.
the College World Series where I borrowed a.
You have a.
I'm sorry. Yes,
you
the
did
older
the
stuff,
door.
yes, I did that ones,
older stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen some of your things where you just really branch out, which is a whole different side of you than one sees when they're just looking at the newspaper. So I really appreciate your art. Yeah.
Oh, Howard's here.
Hello everybody, I'm Greg Brown. I'm a photographer. I work at Children's Hospital, and I also have my own company, Scary Ghost Creative. And I'm a member of the Artist Cooperative. My piece is up there. It's the Majora's Mask from Legend of Zelda, one of my favorite video games. The night before I took that picture, I had bought a new set of studio lights, and I was trying to figure them out because I had to shoot I have to do something pretty soon. So I turned my basement into like a studio and lit up this cool little figurine that I had, and that's what came out, and then I did some digital painting on top of it. Found that frame at Goodwill. That's about it.
Very, very cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Did you say you have a company called Scary Ghost Creative?
I do, yeah.
What is that?
I do freelance video mostly, and also all my photography goes through there, so I have art up all over the country right now.
Heck yeah.
Okay, is there?
Hello, I'm Sam. I'm a glass artist. I made that head over there.
Oh yeah, on the pedestal.
Oh, cool.
That's all I got.
Is it someone you know?
I mean, there's a meaning behind it.
Yeah?
But it's not, it's kind of a self-portrait, not really.
Oh,
How do you apply the pieces to it?
Well, you make the initial bubble, and then you shape it like the head you want, and then you keep it hot while you then make other pieces for it. So you're just juggling it all at once.
So where's your studio?
I work at a pot shop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because glass blowing can be, it's not like you can just like.
Yeah, you can't just set it up
Yeah,
anywhere.
right. Very cool. Well, we're glad to have you with us.
How many
Over here.
Hot rock over here.
What?
Megan knows where.
Thank you.
That's
I
right.
love shops. I got friends in studios over there. They're great. I did a drawing that's reflective mostly of my heritage and yeah, I just realized I made something kind of angsty, kind of, you know. But I am the son of a Korean immigrant. Then I also have a really good friend who is also a Korean immigrant, but he was adopted and raised here. And one thing that we both kind of noticed as Korean Americans specifically, so there's a lot of like weird identity problems you have. And so my piece is kind of reflective of that kind of inner conflict of like, am I really Korean? Am I just wearing a mask? And to really kind of, you know, drive home my feelings towards myself. I threw in a stupid tiger, which is like a symbol in Korean traditional art where, you know, tigers are symbolic of like power and authority. But if you draw them stupid, I mean, what does that say about your power and authority? So this is both kind of an acknowledgement, a bit of acceptance, bit of rejection of my heritage.
Yeah, I think that piece it talks. It really does. It does. Thank you.
See, hiding back here.
Hot rock.
All right, so my name is Robin Hopkins, and this is also my first showing. My part is the Midnight Magnolia, which is the
up top.
Flowers.
Right.
For me, it's kind of a statement on hiding your bold self under like soft femininity, to use a really big word. But I am a firm believer that you see whatever you want to see in art. So my process is usually acrylic and then oil and then marker and gold leaf sometimes. So it's a lot of mixed media, whatever I have around. And that's all I have to say.
Oh, I like what you said though, because you know, being a woman of the burning the bra age,
Yeah.
you know, yeah, what you said just spoke volumes.
So you said it's your first showing, but how long have you been creating?
I have been creating since I was 2. I've always been attracted to art, so just do it off and on. I do have a degree in studio art, but that is more digital. I like to fix photographs, and that's kind of my job. So, yeah. But I like the more creative stuff.
Very cool. Okay, thank you, Silver.
Who's next?
Is there another one?
I wasn't the last, was I?
I'll go again. I'm composed myself.
That's great.
I was asked earlier because I'm
Very
so
good.
excited about the show because I happen to stay home mom for 2 years and all I've done is like watch painters and look at painters and it's so exciting. But my work is a lot about a mask because I think my viewpoint on art is a kind of a mask. Like you think of mask, you think of playful, you think of protection, you think of plain pretend, and when I'm painting, it's like I get lost in my painting and you get in that flow state and it feels like you're a kid again and it's so fun. But then there's also that protection that you get from creating that feels like you get to go into this place and create and heal. And so a lot of the things I'm inspired by, these are raindrops, but it's nature. It's abstracting things that are just like small details of nature. Or I like to not abstract them. Sometimes I do realistic paintings too, but things that are around me, looking out my own window. I'm a little bit of a homebody, or a lot of a homebody, as my husband would say. But and so a lot of my inspiration just kind of comes from the smallest things that are around where my heart resides and the people I love. So I did it without
That was, all of you artists were wonderful. I've taken my shoes off again so I can stand up on this. Yeah, I know, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it with my heels on, you know. It's like, you know, you take heels to a wedding, you wear flat. That's what I do.
I thought it was like a hats off thing, but
Yeah,
shoes.
yeah, kind of. Oh my gosh, I'm done talking, I guess. But no, thank you so much for. Thank you so much for playing Hot Rock. I love. Can you make it stop?
I don't do iPhones, I don't know how to do it.
Give it to Jason, give it to Jason.
Am I talking to this person?
No, it's me, just turn my timer off. I think it's turn me off, Jason.
That's kinda hard to do.
I know. Okay, so please go around, look a little bit more carefully at the artwork now that you've heard the stories behind it. And please have some more food, have some more drink. And one other thing, group show. I don't know, some of you know Glacier Creek Preserve. We're doing another group show this fall. I think, did we put out the call for artists on that? Yeah, okay, so it's for the Bootaloo Letarte Fest, which is October 1st. So please look for the call for artists. It is out. If you didn't receive it, let us know. And you can submit to that group show. That will be held at the preserve itself. But please stay and enjoy the artists and the artwork. Thank you so much.
Thank you.